Hello. Good morning, CK.
Good morning, Bosky. So we've got the KTM and the Himalayan. So you want to set the ball rolling as to why we are comparing this, Bosky?
Yeah, it's one of the most asked questions from riders who are interested in this category of motorcycles. You have close to 40,000 kilometers on the Himalayan 450. I had 14,000 on my Himalayan 450, and then I got myself the 390 Adventure. I have ridden 6,000 kilometers. Now I have a little more knowledge, information about how this behaves and works to be able to share more useful information. So that is why we are here. I will share my opinion, my feel, comparing various aspects of the 390 Adventure and the Himalayan 450, and of course CK with his 40,000 kilometers of ride experience will decide and choose whether he wishes to agree with me or agree with me.
Or
he doesn't have a choice. No, you only agree or agree.
Let's get in straight. The engine character and the performance. Which of the two appeal to you the more? Or which do you find was more enriching?
Various aspects when it comes to engine, refinement in terms of clatter, mechanical noise and combustion clatter. Neither have combustion clatter. Mechanical clatter is a little more obvious on the Himalayan 450. That way, noise level wise, mechanical noise, KTM engine sounds better. That doesn't mean that has got an effect on other aspects of the engine. It's a standalone. Rideability of the engine, the Himalayan engine is more rideable, meaning from the low RPM to mid-range to top end. It's got a certain consistency in performance. There's a clear connect between the throttle and the engine right through the range. Yes, that first 500,000 RPM, that ride-by-wire has got that little bit of a tenth or a 2/10 of a second of a lag. So apart from that, once it gets going, the Himalayan engine is more rideable. It seems to enjoy the entire range of RPM. The KTM engine is a bit different. It does not enjoy low RPM. It is rideable, but the message it gives is, I am not happy, open the throttle a little more.
It doesn't like to lug,
Yeah.
from what I have ridden of your
Low
motorcycle.
RPM, it's comfortable from similar, about 3, 5, 4,000 onwards, both feel ready to respond to throttle inputs. Roll off, roll on, handle it beautifully. 3, 5, yes, 100% they feel similar. However, 4 to 5,000 RPM, for if you take that range, the Himalayan is happier in that range than the KTM. As we keep going up, this starts to feel good, feel better. And at the top end of the range, the last say 7, 8, 9,000 RPM, the KTM feels a lot better, more willing. Low to high mid-range, the Himalayan 450 engine feels more rideable. Mid-range to the red line, the KTM 390 Adventure engine feels more fun. I still not say rideable. Rideability, Himalayan 450.
I've seen you put a Fuel X Pro Plus on the KTM as well. So did it help you improve your experience?
It improved the throttle response. Yeah, I rode it without the Fuel X for quite some time. So my comparison is still more based on without the Fuel X. However, I had Fuel X on my Himalayan also. The Fuel X made a greater difference on the Himalayan 450 than a perceptible difference in terms of what I felt. It made a difference on the 390, it made a greater difference on the Himalayan 450. So engine, lazy riding is possible with this engine, the Himalayan 450. The KTM does not enjoy lazy riding.
Lazy or saner?
Okay, maybe lazy is on extreme and you called it sane or insane. No, we'll leave that. Relaxed.
Yeah, relaxed.
Relaxed motorcycling is easier to do on the Himalayan than on the 390. The 390 will do it, but somehow the noises, the feel it gives to the rider is like it's not happy. Not unhappy, but I'll be happier if you open the throttle a bit.
No, I echo with what you say. When I go around and you're approaching signals or the directions or stuff like that, there's no need for you to pull in the clutch because you're like doing on 30, 40 speed or in second or third gear. No need to pull in the clutch. Whereas for the KTM, I had to pull in the clutch. So that shows that the Himalayan is a little bit more relaxed percent compared to the KTM.
Perhaps that 50 extra cc is it's a question of torque. That's where the torque comes in. So that 50 extra cc is helping, and some design characteristic.
So, Bosky, the gearbox and the feel of the clutch.
Yeah.
How do you feel when working on the gearbox with the Himalayan and with the KTM?
Gearbox on the Himalayan is the best gearbox I have experienced in my riding.
Thank you for seconding it.
No, you would be seconding it. I said it first.
Oh my God!
It's the best gearbox by far. It's so precise, so clear, with flip-flops, with big riding boots. There is so much of feel. It's very clear when it shifts gear. Every movement is precise between every gear, super consistent.
Yeah, I agree with you here, Bosky. The Himalayan gearbox is simply the best. Earlier I had rated the Interceptor's gearbox because of its clean shifts. This goes
better,
a tad higher. It's very easy, except that the 5th to 6th has a little bit more of the the lever travel compared to what you have on the 4th to 5th. But it is not bothersome, I would say.
The 390 gearbox has false neutrals. I hit false neutrals between 3rd and 4th, 4th and 5th, 5th and 6th. Out of the blue randomly, only when I am doing that quick shifting with the quick shifter.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to flick it as quickly as possible into the next gear.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing something not so precise, not giving it that full push. However, I can't replicate it. It just happens out of the blue only when I'm doing some really brisk upshifting.
Okay.
Downshifting, no issues. Because downshifting is probably a much more
solid
action of stomping down on the lever. Going up is a bit of a flick. That's the only thing. So gearbox, Himalayan 450.
The clutch.
Yes. KTM. It's a much lighter clutch. And plus it's got a quick shifter, so less work on the clutch. And even when I'm working on the clutch, it's easier.
Yeah, I noticed you when we were riding up the Ghats. I mean, like, you were not using the clutch. I'm like, what's happened? Bosky is taking the corner at 5th. Only the next corner I observed you were silently working away only with your foot and your feet. Your fingers were pretty straight. You weren't even working on the clutch.
See, this spying on what I am doing.
So moving on to the next one is the heat management.
I didn't find anything so different between the two motorcycles. They put out 40 plus bhp, close to 40 Newton meter of torque, and there is some degree of heat they would throw, the engine will throw. When the cooling fan comes on, there is a waft of air on both. Nothing to choose between the two. If a rider cannot stand the heat throw from the Himalayan, they cannot stand the heat throw from the KTMs.
So Bosky, suspension setup and the ride quality. My favorite topics between these two motorcycles.
Okay, first, overall rideability, comfort, something that works well on highway, well on broken tarmac, well on city, well on bad roads, well on destroyed roads. The Himalayan suspension has got a much wider usability in that stock setting. It's got no adjustability. Expert riders say this is great. New entrance into the segment, they say it is great. Hardly anybody has complained that the Himalayan suspension is not up to what they expect. Having a suspension without adjustability and working for advanced riders and working for new entrants.
And two-up riding as well.
And two-up riding with luggage, without luggage. I would say Himalayan suspension as a package, despite the adjustability on the KTM, comfort-wise, it is much better. Comfort, confidence, Himalayan suspension is a step above. The KTM has got adjustability, which gives it that little bit extra room to adjust. This motorcycle is active or nervous. It's not actually unsettled, but that's the feedback it gives. It lets me know that there is just a small rut you crossed.
Okay. So it gives you more feedback.
For the first time, I said, I mentioned I took it out, we took it out, and we ridden a long ride with luggage. Now, this is the luggage I had on this, the Krega bags, was the same luggage I had on my Himalayan 450. The 450 did not change its handling characteristics significantly when I put on about 15 kilos of luggage on it. Felt the same way. I did not feel the need to adjust any preload or rebound or anything. Though we don't have those adjustments, only preload is there.
Yes.
The 390 changed the character once I added 15 kilos for the better. It started to feel like the Himalayan.
Ah, nice.
So looks like that 15 kg extra the Himalayan weighs actually helps.
But want to change some preload settings for your motorcycle then?
It is also probably I am not on the right preload setting for luggage-less riding. I need to crank it down. Whatever setting I'm running now works well with the 15 kilos of luggage. Without luggage, it's
Jittery.
choppy, a bit choppy. It doesn't handle badly. It's not that it's going to move around and I feel like it's going to wash out or throw me off. So suspension-wise, this is more active, more engaging, a lot of feedback, keeps the brain constantly understanding what's going on. Keeps bringing the focus back onto the motorcycle. You go into La La Land, oh, okay, I'm on a motorcycle. Himalayan is
Yeah. I always felt,
time for some Baobo biryani.
ouch.
Ouch, sorry, pet lovers. Okay. A few moments later.
From my experience, Bosky, Himalayan suspension is like something on a magic carpet. As simple as that. I don't need to be bothered whether it's the rumbler strips or with the broken roads.
Yeah, I followed you. I saw that.
Okay, so suspension done. High speed stability and highway behavior. You want to cover it in more greater detail?
Yeah, I think suspension is part of that whole thing. How it behaves, the Himalayan feels more planted, more cushy, more compliant and plush. Despite road conditions, rumble strips, speed breakers, broken tarmac, there is less movement traveling through from the tire to my bottom or to my hands. On the 390, it is active. It is stable. The weight or the lack of it in comparison to the Himalayan is felt. It's light. It responds to inputs much quicker. Himalayan 450 is good. It's quick. This is quicker in terms of how to move.
No, I get that when you say on the handling and the flickability of the motorcycle after having ridden this. Yes, I agree.
High speed, long days traveling far. I'm likely to be more comfortable on the Himalayan than on the KTM. This is only about the suspension and the handling, moving the motorcycle, moving it around, crosswinds, unexpected road conditions. All of a sudden you come across something and you just have to go through it. Himalayan feels more planted. It's a feeling. Yeah. It doesn't mean that it is. I feel that way how it is able to go through. The 390 it's a very involving motorcycle. It keeps drawing the rider's attention to ride, push, enjoy, feel, respond, act. The Himalayan, so strange, true to its brand. You ride and enjoy the scenery. I will not drag you, pull your attention to me.
A bit more mature is what I would want to sum it up.
You're a bit old.
That I don't know.
This is like a teenager, that is like a middle-aged person, is it?
I wouldn't say middle-aged, come on.
Older.
Okay, on the same tone, Bosky, high speed, now the low speed and the city mannerisms.
It's very clear. The 390 Adventure is far easier to ride in the city, manage, move around, maneuver, pull, push. Yeah, it's nothing more to be. I would say that's about it. That's probably an aspect which is the gap is the most. Either way, all the various aspects. I would say city, heavy traffic, crawling, then pushing it in or tight spots in especially in Bangalore. Yeah, the 390 is clearly easier on the system.
Okay, so now the braking. Which brakes inspired you more confidence?
The 390. It's maybe to do with the braking. It's a floating disc.
Yeah.
It's got an adapter plate and then the floating disc. Maybe all that as a package works better. The Himalayan 450 requires a lot more braking pressure. Well within limits. It's not that I'm getting tired or in comparison. Yeah, less braking pressure required to bring the 390 to a stop.
Clear. I agree with you there. The handling and the weight distribution.
The Himalayan seems to have a little more weight on the front in comparison to the 390. The 390 front feels lighter, probably because overall it is a lighter motorcycle, and the weight balance, I'm just guessing from my feel, is probably 10%
Towards the rear.
towards the rear in comparison to the...
I agree with you, because somewhere down the line when I ride, it gives me the thought that the weight is a little bit more lower, a little bit more behind.
Yeah, the front
is a
very
bit airy.
Airy and but it is not. It gives that
I know,
sensation.
it gives that sensation.
Probably
Yeah.
because of the
I'm spoiled by the Himalayan
background of how the front end feels different on this. That's okay, another area where there is a significant difference. How the front end feels on this at low speed. No, this is stable, but the effort required to move it around a little more than the effort required to move the 390 around.
Yes, I agree, because
Both are okay. It's not a complaint. It is
it's just the way it behaves.
The way it behaves. So
That's it.
this is perfectly okay with me.
Nothing's
If
right,
I have to
nothing wrong.
live with the Himalayan type of front end feel for the next 5 years and whatever it is, I'm happy to do that. If I have to live with the 390 type of light front end, I'm happy to do that. And on steep upslope, steep downslope, very good balance on both motorcycles. The weight didn't shift drastically and get a wobbly front end. Yeah.
So, now that you've been speaking of the ups and downs, how about the off-road ability?
Simply because of the weight, I find the 390 easier to ride off-road for my ability, levels of skill or the lack of it. It's easier on me.
You're more happier on the KTM doing off-road than
I'll probably be about 5 to 6 kilometers per hour faster on the same stretch on the 390 than I would be on the Himalayan.
Yeah, I would, as I said, when I was falling on the Ghats, the last year we did the same
Similar
stretch.
road,
You
yeah.
were on the Himalayan, I think I was on the V-Strom or the Himalayan, I forgot.
V-Strom.
On the V-Strom, yeah. So I could see that you had easily gained pace of 8 to 10 Ks. You were
Yeah.
attacking the corners more.
Yeah,
so
it's just
that translates it to the off-road as well.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it translates off-road. And even the motorcycle, though as much similar they are, the 390 has got a slight lean towards a more off-road capability. Himalayan leans slightly on the other side towards touring
yeah.
capability.
Yeah.
So there is an overlap in between. But there is two areas at the end that there's no overlap. So this is more bad road, that's more touring. Long distance
But
touring.
it doesn't mean that this doesn't handle the bad roads. It does. But then
A competent
the
rider
ease.
can do the same with both motorcycles.
Exactly. Okay, electronic and rider aids. I'm going to keep my mouth shut now.
There is no discussion. It's the KTM has got the IMU and the traction control, the lean sensitive ABS and cornering, whatever it is. So package wise electronics, there is no electronics to speak of on the Himalayan, and nothing much to say about that. Did I use all these modes on the riding modes? No, I just leave it in off-road throttle mode. However, with traction on and ABS on. Only the throttle is in off-road, which is brisk.
I found it more responsive when you put it to that setting.
It's the only aspect of the electronic which I really say is useful to have is all that safety, the braking, cornering ABS and lean sensitive ABS or whatever they call it. Apart from that, I didn't have any need to keep switching between modes on the terrain. Not required.
The same here. I never switched between performance and economical.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are some electronics. Oh, well done, CK. The Himalayan does have electronics.
Yeah, it does. You can even switch off the ABS.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah.
high tech.
But it's okay.
Yeah, that's quite different. That's the biggest difference in terms of specs between these two motorcycles. Yeah.
Okay, so now the fuel efficiency, and I'm very happy here.
Yeah, I know you would be happy. Yeah, see, rider to rider, things can vary. Fuel X into account, not into account. Either way, I was able to get 3 kilometers per liter more on the Himalayan than on the KTM. 29 to 30 was most, the average I was getting kilometers per liter, the fuel economy on the Himalayan 450. I get 25, 26 on the KTM. There is one reason why that might also happen. It encourages high RPM,
rev me, enjoy, drop a gear. You know.
It pushes you.
Yeah.
Honestly, it pushes you.
I seem to be riding this with a much more aggressive right hand
I've been seeing it.
than the Himalayan. Take all those variables away. To a large extent, the Himalayan 450 engine is about 10% more fuel economical than the KTM 390 Adventure, and it is more economical on oil consumption also. The Himalayan 450 does not require a top up. 40,000 kilometers CK has done. He probably would have topped about 100 ml in that entire 40,000 kilometers.
Not even 100. Please.
No, at least we billed you for it. We didn't top it. We just took some money from you saying we topped up the oil. The 390 Adventure requires a top up, monitoring and a top up, which I am told is part of the characteristic. Like the engine noise is a characteristic on the Himalayan, marginal oil consumption is a characteristic of the 390. Yeah.
As our cameraman friend TMK says, very KTM-ish.
Very KTM-ish.
Okay, so from the fuel efficiency, the build quality, fit and finish.
The metal parts are finished better on the 390 Adventure. The engine, the edges, the corners, the overall finish is more defined on the 390 Adventure, not as much as on the Himalayan. Plastics, the Himalayan plastics have a better feel and a finish to them. Of course, these are some budget plastics. They rattle a lot.
Already?
Yeah. You get all kinds of buzz from everywhere.
No worry, Bosky. I will send you a cartload of double-sided stickers.
Yeah. I need to put some double-sided tape. You get some then you get so I need to identify where the
And this is without a fall.
So there's a lot of plasticky buzz on this motorcycle, and it peaks at around 5,000 RPM. Everything shakes from the indicator to the front mudguard. There's a howl, resonance RPM,
Yeah, resonance
and then it
is
goes away. After 5,000, everything stops. All the buzz,
Becomes buttery smooth.
yeah, it becomes super smooth, and it is happy to be in that range. So there's something with the frequencies.
I think in that ways, rather than I believe in that ways, the minimalistic design of the Himalayan stands out
Less
here.
thing to less to vibrate
things
and
to vibrate, buzz,
make
fall off.
A lot of panels here.
Yeah.
Bound to be some noise.
It is bound to happen.
It can be set right. There are a lot of DIY solutions offered by a lot of reviewers to say,
Yeah?
इधर एक स्टिकर लगा दो, इधर एक रबर लगा दो. So, I mean, all those work. I haven't bothered with it because that's all right. We are a bit numb and immune to all these things. We just enjoy the ride. Yeah, this is a bit more rattly in terms of fit and finish. The indicators,
Yeah.
they are not very. These mounts are easily broken.
Snappable?
Yeah.
Okay, they snap at the first pretext.
Yeah, very easy to break them. This, nothing happens.
So, it's okay, we'll give you some respite now. Maintenance and ownership experience. Nothing much, no?
Nothing much. I think both would be on same par. This almost a little bit. The 450 needs half a liter more of engine oil during oil change. I don't think there's anything going to be so different. No, we haven't had to change anything crazy. The brake pads cost around 3,000 to 3,500 rupees standard on both.
Yeah.
I think the tires would cost around the same. More or less here or there. See, crash damage is something different. Who knows who can break what with it. So I will not go into that. Other than that, all nominal. I mean, closely matched.
Evenly matched.
Evenly
Yeah?
matched.
Okay, so long distance reliability.
Tick for both. Yeah.
Very little. Accessories and aftermarket support.
Yeah, the Royal Enfield is way ahead in terms of accessories, genuine accessories, which in one way is a good thing because it doesn't void any warranties. It comes with the warranty. There's some accountability and responsibility, and it has been designed by the people who designed the motorcycle, so they fit well. They don't rattle, shake, and create some other issues. That way, the Royal Enfield has set a benchmark in terms of OEM accessories. Power parts have started to come for
started
the
to trickle in?
390. There's a mudguard that has come, extended mudguard to prevent the splash. We have a few things that are like the stand.
Yeah, the center stand. I see that you put
stand
on
I have
one.
installed. It makes just chain looping easy for these long rides. Yeah, accessories, yeah, way ahead, optional. Aftermarket, maybe there are quite a few. Like I have installed the auto engine saddle stays and installed the luggage here.
They're pretty good, man. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan
this
of
is
them.
one of the better designs.
Yeah.
I've been using it for some time. So yeah, in terms of OEM accessories, yes, Royal Enfield has the edge.
Okay. Couple of questions, especially on the KTM. I think it will be for both the tires, the Apollo Trampler on the KTM and the Seat for the Himalayan.
With my riding and what I do with it, I found them equally good. Nothing to choose between the two. Good on tarmac, good off-road, and quite okay wherever I went on gravel and all that. So I don't think there's much to choose between the tires. Only thing, these tires probably have a little more tire noise. The Trampler
KTM.
has a little more tire noise in comparison to the 450. Not bothersome,
But not
it is there.
intrusive. It's not intrusive, let's put it that way.
exists.
Yeah.
Noise exists.
The silencer positioning on the KTM.
Yeah, the exhaust.
What about it?
It's a non-issue. Two things on it. One, underbelly, water. I think just forget that matter. It doesn't really matter. It was an issue. There was so much of noise made about it when it was launched, and now nobody's talking about it because it doesn't really.
They forgot about it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And what I like about the KTM exhaust is when I put on some luggage, throw over saddlebag, soft luggage, there is no exhaust to have to contend with. It's more easier to manage different kinds of luggage on the 390 than on the Himalayan.
That's why I don't carry much luggage.
Exactly. You don't need any anyway. You carry one innerwear in your back pocket, a pair of socks in your front pocket, and two tissues on your right pocket, and he's ready to travel. He travels like the KTM, but rides the Himalayan.
Ouch, you're rubbing it in. So the windscreen, Bosky, I know you had the stock, then you upgraded to the Rally on the Himalayan, but you're stuck to the same one and just put on an extra cling on the KTM.
Yeah, the KTM screen being bigger, wider, taller gives better wind protection. Adding a Pro Spec on the Himalayan screen helps the head stay stable because the wind gets kicked off, but
The shoulders
there is,
are exposed.
because of the narrow screen, there's a lot of buffeting. I can feel it on the sleeves, can get a bit of flapping on the gear if it is not cinched down properly. On the 390, there's a bigger bubble. However, I used to get that little bit of peak vibration on the helmet shade peak, so I added a Pro Spec, and now, yeah, wind protection overall, the 390 has got more, simply because of the fact it's a bigger screen.
Yeah, I appreciate the KTM windscreen that way.
It's got a slot also here.
Yeah.
So
It's a proper wind tunnel design, I guess.
designed with a little more thought or a little more investment. However, there is a issue at night. At the end of the day, when we are getting into some towns or slowing down or whatever reason, approaching the destination invariably around 6, 7, 8 p.m., this gets in the way of slow traffic. See, when you're at high speed, our vision is much further ahead. At low speed in traffic conditions, I'll have to peer a bit more to know what's coming out from under the car. There, this is a bit, I'll have to peek. I have to peek.
You have to be peekaboo.
Yeah, peekaboo on the left and the peekaboo on the right. It's easy to peekaboo with the smaller screen. They have their own pluses and minuses. Ergonomics.
Yeah, very little less to choose. For me, the handlebar feel, the foot pegs, all feel the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether I'm sitting on a Himalayan or the KTM. Both have nailed it. I don't know if it was the same guy who did for both, but yes.
No, I think there is a
triangle is
logical rider
very
triangle.
similar, yeah.
Both have got that. The
Okay.
better
the
thing
only,
on the Himalayan.
Only thing is the handlebar is a bit wider on the KTM.
Okay.
The Himalayan handlebar is a
Slightly
bit narrow. That's it.
Because of the rally seat, on the availability of the taller seat on the Himalayan, the seat to foot peg gap is more. So my knees feel a bit better, opened out. This on the
It's a bit
KTM
crouched,
is
yeah.
a bit crouched, and that is the reason why I got rid of that
Rubber.
1 inch big
Oh, I thought they were given to cut off vibrations. You're not feeling vibrations
No,
then?
I'm not. It didn't change anything much, at least for me. I ride predominantly with boots only. I don't use it in the city. So maybe those who wear those formal shoes or Crocs sometimes may feel the buzz change. With my riding boots, I didn't feel any buzz change. What has helped me is get my foot. This gap has increased a bit. There is a power part seat that is flatter, which is available. I mean, we have to order it. So I'll just take a look at it. If it's got another
Inch up, it'll be good.
it'll be okay. That's the only thing. Slightly, I would like my knees to be a little more opened out the angle. That's the only. Otherwise, yeah, evenly matched. I can't choose. Either is okay for me. I won't pick one. I say, give me any. Yeah, lighting.
We've always, not been happy with the LED light, but that LED light.
This is the
on
projector
KTM,
lens on it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the stock headlight, the 390 is better lighting. It's got a more cut-off, a clear focus.
Yes.
Switch on the high beam. Actually, there is a proper beam we could see. Park it against a wall. Switch on the low beam. There's a very nice big
Yes,
pattern.
this has a neat one.
Okay. Switch on the high beam. The Himalayan high beam, you'll see one small patch light up in the middle, only so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about this big. I mean, of course, it gets wider as we go further. It's this much. Switch on the high beam on the KTM, it's about this much.
So how would you want to summarize, Bosky, which bike for whom and for what use case for each?
Test ride and choose. Test ride and choose. If there is a lot of city usage involved, the KTM would be easier to manage. Two-up riding, long days. The Himalayan would have an edge over it. Spirited riding, I mean, fun, just fun, anywhere. Open throttle, slam gears, shift, downshift, upshift, electronics, adjustable suspension. If that's what gives joy, satisfaction, enjoyment, the KTM is there. Both are good at everything they do. It's just some is more gooder than the other.
Yeah, you summarized it well.
It's tough to choose between the two. There is no definitive answer. It comes completely down to personal preference. So one test ride may not be enough. A test ride within the city, what are we going to learn?
Nothing.
When we do the test ride in the city, there's going to be one clear choice. It will be the 390. I do not know how one can get an opportunity to ride these motorcycles a bit longer. Rentals,
yeah, I think, see, that's what I believe. You're willing to shell out 4 lakhs or 4.5 lakhs for the motorcycle because that's
invest
what
a few
they come
thousand
in on
rupees
the
to
ride.
take a...
Yeah, a couple of thousand rupees that you put in for a single day rental. I think that will give you the story better.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk what I want from my experience. We can all talk. It doesn't cost money to talk.
Yeah.
Just some GB data and some GB on the phone. It took me quite a long time to say, yes, the 390 is something I can go for, invest and enjoy the motorcycle. I did a lot of test rides. I had the opportunity. It is after that I was able to decide, yes, this 390 can be a good option to choose against the Himalayan 450. Like you say, this is for older gents like you, and this is the KTM is for younger gents like me.
Please read in between lines, guys. So, what next? Breakfast?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, thank you. I hope we have helped answer some of your questions. If there are some we might have missed, please
Don't shoot us down. Shoot
put
the
it in
questions
the comments,
down.
and we will do our best to answer. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your rides.